The next verse is spoken by Mahamati, and Mahamati is who the Lankavatara Sutra is addressed to. So in verse 390, Mahamati asks, varieties of colour such as dark blue, etc. are presented to our Vijnana. Tell me, great Muni, how are these varieties of colour like waves on the ocean? The Buddha has been talking about awareness, referred to in previous verses as Citta. This awareness is one, it's undivided, and yet most of the time we are being battered about amongst a variety of things. How can there be one? So the Buddha uses the old metaphor of it's like the ocean and the waves. It's one ocean, but we tend to focus on the waves. These are the bits that seem interesting. These are the bits that are moving and are doing things, but it's just one ocean. So the point of this metaphor is to move from the apparent multiplicity to realization of oneness. So Muhammad is talking about varieties of colour being presented to our consciousness, to our Vijnana. And he wants to know, well, how are all these things connected? How are they actually like waves on the ocean? And in the next verse the Buddha comes clean. Verse 391. There are no such varieties of colour in the waves. It is for the sake of the simple-minded that the Citta is said to be evolving as regards form. And the simple-minded are those that take these teachings in an intellectual fashion without appreciating the insight from which they're stemming. So intellectually it might be quite satisfying, this metaphor of the ocean and the waves. It's quite neat, it's quite satisfying, but it's only a metaphor. There is only awareness. Just as in the dream, there's only the awareness or the consciousness of the dreamer. There isn't a giant lizard chasing you. There isn't a talking monkey. There isn't a high street in which you find yourself naked. These aren't waves that have evolved from the consciousness of the dreamer. They're only the consciousness of the dreamer. They're only consciousness. And in the same way, everything that is happening right now, if we care to examine it, we'll find that there's only consciousness, only awareness. This is what we're heading towards. This is what we realize as enlightenment practitioners. Verse 392 pushes the point home. There is no such evolving in the Citta itself, which is beyond comprehension. Where there is comprehension, there is that which comprehends, as in the case of waves and ocean. So if we're still stuck in our head trying to make sense of this, then we've missed the point. The point is to step back from what's going on inside our head to the context in which notions of head, notions of ocean and waves arise. That context is sentience, awareness, consciousness, the very consciousness that's hearing these words. This is what we come back to. The next few verses continue this theme, and I'll carry on with them in the next video.